Well, hello everyone. It is time for LMU Le Mans Ultimate Racing again today, and we are going to be doing hypercars at Sebring International Raceway. Well, I'm going to do a couple of little different things here today. We're going to show you where Sebring is. Hang on for 1 second. Anyway, we are at Sebring. My name is Mike Meleskie. This is my broadcast of eSeniors World Championship League Racing. We are at Sebring, as I just said, with hypercars today. And I'm just going to show you where Florida is as soon as I can find the right button here. Where is it? Hang on for 1 second. I know I have it. And there it is. There's the right button. And there you go. This is where we are at Sebring, Florida. For some reason, I thought it was in California, but we are in the central Florida. The racetrack is right near this lake called Lake Jackson. So we are in central Florida. There it is, Sebring, Florida, right in the middle of the peninsula. And a new feature. What is the favorite snack of around Florida? Well, we are apparently, according to Google, it is key lime pie. So that is made with key limes and a crust, and very popular. And second thing is Cuban sandwiches. Yes, and if you don't know what a Cuban sandwich is, it's kind of a sandwich with pork, cheese, and the best thing is dill pickle. And if you've never had a Cuban sandwich, try it sometime. Look it up, make it yourself at home. It is roast pork, one of my favorite sandwiches. One of the better places to get it is actually at the Cheesecake Factory in the U.S. I love it, love it, love it. So Cuban sandwiches, because lots of Florida there's a lot of Cuban people in Florida. Look at where Cuba is. If you don't know, there is Cuba right there, Havana. That is probably only about 70 kilometers from the Florida Strait. So that is your history lesson, or geography lesson for the day. So we are in Sebring. Let me get rid of that now, if I can find it. And you got to look at my wonderful face. Where is my wonderful face? Oh, there, you're looking at my wonderful face. There we go. So Sebring, hypercars. What else did I want to talk about? Oh, I wanted to talk about the standings a little bit. The standings are pretty well established through the race. We are on race 5 out of 8. Mr. Brian Murray has all firsts. He has won every race so far. Steve Young is second. He has won every second place so far. And in third, not super firmly established, is Michael McLennan. So I think all of us are quite spread out in the standings. I think we're all just racing this division because we like racing hypercars. That is certainly my reason for doing it. I might give up because I am so out of the standings here in terms of classification. I've had my fill of being last. Speaking of being last, let's go to the race here. Not race, but let's go to the tower. There we go. So that is the results of qualification. Mr. Nick Newcomb, Mr. Newcomb, who's in 4th place, he is had the lead, the pole position. Sorry, is what I'm trying to say. He got the pole position in the last lap. Apparently, he was talking about it earlier, and he said, unbelievably, that he just let it all hang out in his last lap and got ahead of Mr. Brian Murray, who is in second place, and third is Steve Young. Michael McLennan in 4th, just like the standings, except Nick is in 5th place, I believe, 4th or 5th place. Jeremy Autobas in 5th. Uwe Tholen in 6th. David Craig in 7th. Not David, but Dave. And me. I out-qualified somebody for a change. I'm in 8th place. Aaron Shannon probably didn't have this track. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. Something a little different too, because this is such a different track. You probably haven't seen it before. I did a track walk, one of those overhead ones. I wanted to see it from the overhead view. So I did it. Let me see if I can get that going right now. There we go. We are watching the overview there now. This is a very different track. It's it's on two aircraft runways apparently in Florida. But Sebring, ooh, you don't want to look at my face. Get rid of that. There. Ooh, 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 ooh. You're not still not looking at it. What am I doing here? Get rid of this. What is happening here? Hold on. I've got to get rid of my face there. I'm going to start that over. Hang on, hang on, hang on. I'll start it over somehow. I think I can start it over. At least I can get rid of it for now. There we go. So, yeah, very interesting track in the sense of the parts that are on the runways. You don't have a lot of cues, a lot of visual cues for your braking points anyway. Very quick track, very quick track. Here we go back onto a runway, I think. No, not yet. A lot of interesting, that's the way that camera works. That's not me, my car. It's following my car, sort of, but it's a camera angles. So there we go, coming down a long straight. Really fast corners here in HyperCar. It's going to be interesting to see how the GT3 guys handle this track tomorrow. It's got along here. You don't get a real sense. You'll get a real sense for what it looks like when we do the cockpit stuff. How I'm saying very difficult visual cues. I have a few breaking point signs. Here we go again. I'll see if the video goes over again. This looks like the campground for all the spectators. Look like exactly the same trailers. I'm sure that the graphics will improve and they'll make a little bit of variation. Here we go back onto the runway. This is the pit lane straight, which is not the start-finish line. The garages are actually at the back. You start in the garage, you call all the way around, you got to pass all of the garages, then you get onto the pit lane. Okay, here's the start again. So this is a very fast corner. You're going to watch this one. It's going to be a lot of fun. You do a half break here, get around that corner. It's very difficult to see where the out of bounds is, but then there's a big bump. You saw that bump? That bump is going to play big time because if you're on your brakes hard there's another part of the runway. It looks like it's behind the garages. And that's the start finishing line we just went through. Super fast corner here. Just a little bit of brake and you can take this quite well fast, but there's a little bit of more of a compression of that corner. Another mini straight. This corner you can take in the HyperCars a little bit, not quite really slow. And then after this corner, which you can take quite quickly, there's a long straight, but a curve in it. Full throttle, and then hard on the brakes on this right-hander coming up. And it compresses also. Look at this, there's a little wiggle in it. So if you're a little too fast and hard on that throttle right there, you're going to miss that little mini chicane, if I call that. Another long straight, super long straights. This would be a fun F1 track if it was up to standard. Lots of straights. And here we go into another sharp right-hander with a little bit of a chicane. Not really a chicane, but a left-handers that you can take at full throttle with the HyperCars. Again, it's going to be interesting to see what the GT3 cars are like here. This is a pretty fast right-hander. And I think that's where we stopped. All right, so I'm going to just jump now into the race. Let me get rid of this upper screen. All right, we're back to the race now. And let's go and do a bit of a track or a podium walk. So that's Nick Newcomb's in pole position. We got to kind of start the race here to see people. There's Brian Murray. Steve Young, and I'm trying to think of what he's driving. It's hard to tell with cars here. And there's Mike McLennan, Jeremy. We'll wait till the track comes around here. Jeremy, I'm going to have to stop here. Because there we go with the start. All right, we won't get a track walk with everybody. Let me find the right visual camera here. I don't like that one. There's a big visual. Okay, so we got some action here. Here we go with the start. How does Murray get going here on Newcomb. He does not get through, and Steve Young, oh, what happened there? Big. Well, let's just see here. Hold on, I'm going to get a better view. I'm trying to find there, that's the view I want. There we go. Let's get back. Watch that start again. There is Newcomb. Murray tries to get around. Nick has a different break, broke there a little bit and surprised a few people. And look at that. Murray still hasn't got by Nick. But Nick goes slow, slides, and Murray goes around him. Wow, so that is big action. Okay, let's just watch that again because that's Nick way over here. Let's watch that from another angle because that's one of the only exciting things that happens in this race. Let's get on with Nick on board and back that up a little bit. Maybe we'll get on board. Oh, actually on board. Let's see what kind of picture we see. So he is in first place right there. I'll back it up just a little bit more. All right, here's his start. He knows he's in tough shape there. That's what happened. He hit that corner first. So that unsettled him a little bit. Coming into this corner. Let's see what happens. Oh, lost it right on the entry. There goes everybody by him. Wow. So let's go on with Steve Young now. So Steve is now in second place. Mike McLennan is in first place. That is wild. And where is Mr. Murray? Mr. Murray is in sixth right now, way back here. And, oh yeah, he's going to pass me in short order, that's for sure. So wow, big change to the standings there. So Steve Young is in second. Mike McLennan is in first. Let's see where Jeremy is. There's Jeremy coming up. And Mr. Murray passed me very quickly. There is Brian. Let's see what Brian's cockpit looks like. He is attacking Jeremy. Now we don't have any gaps here, so I have to gaps on the board here, so I have to watch what everybody's doing. Here's Steve Young. He's trying to chase down McLennan. Uwe is falling behind a little bit. Jeremy is going to be harassing him the whole race, I think. Now Brian is getting so much pace on everybody else. Let's see how he gets by Brian, Mr. Robas. I'm sure he's going to do it sooner or later. Hopefully Jeremy doesn't let him by too quick. Get a little team action going here. The Porsche, I believe Jeremy is also in a Porsche. Oh, he's going to make it happen here. Yeah, they're exactly the same liveries, as a matter of fact. Murray still hasn't caught up to him, though. Well, there he goes now. He just outbreaks Jeremy in the corner. Let's just see how he attacks Uwe. Let's keep an eye on Steve and Brian. Oh, Steve also has a lot of pace on McLennan. So let's just watch these two guys and see how they deal with these positions that they're out of position. And Young goes onto the grass to try to pass. These are two Ferraris, I guess. And there, he just outbreaks them. That's where these guys are getting their pace, is just by outbreaking guys. Let's see how Brian is doing on Uwe. Uwe looked like he got a little rattled there. Let's watch that again. Hold on, I'm going to find a better camera angle. Maybe we'll watch this one. I'll back it up slightly. Ooh. Get on board with Brian, maybe. That is Uwe up ahead. And I'll jump to the other camera. See, Uwe goes wide. He's being harassed. Whoa, so that's how Brian gets by him. So Brian is now going to be chasing down Mike McLennan, who's probably losing some ground to... doing more than losing ground. He has just lost it on the track. Well, let's just see how that happened. What do I want to do? Get on board, maybe? Yeah, let's get on board. So he's trying to regain his front position, and he just brakes a little too late. And then you get on the grass, just a little bit too brake. Very easy to do with these HyperCars. All right, let's see where Brian Murray is. He going to pass McLennan? Yeah, McLennan is, I think, yeah, Brian is now in second place, so he's going to be chasing down the number 2 man in the standings, Steve Young. So Brian has got some work to do to get back to his first place position. McLennan lost a couple of spots there. As we know, he is in third place, so he might be chasing down Uwe. This is a pretty good race. A lot of action because this track is very cool, well, very different. Well, let's just go on board with Steve, and we'll look at the whole race here, a whole lap. As I told you, there's a bump right there in the track. I'm just going to take a quick peek on my own here to see if anybody is watching. Nobody watching. But anyway, that's fine. Very quick corner here, a little bit of brake, and then it gets through. It gets a little tighter on the exit. Beautiful job. Around here to a left-hander, significant brake, and then hold it, and then floor it right there. And this one you don't get to full speed, so you can take it quite quickly. And now there's a little mini straight for a little while with full throttle, and then hard right coming up. It's going to hit about the 400 mark. It's really hard on the brake. A little bit of feathering, and it tightens to a little kind of a mini chicane here. Back on the throttle. Quite a long straight here with some bends in it, but you can take it full throttle. The GT3 cars will do it. Another hard brake. Those 2 right-handers are the hardest ones on the track. And now you just floor it again with some corners in it, but with all this brake. Here's the one that sneaks up on you. That's the one that McLennan missed. That one sneaks up on you a little bit, braking point wise. Very difficult to get cues for your braking points. Some hard right-handers there, or left-handers there. And this is a very important corner because the long straight here. This is the back straight. You want to make sure you get full on the exit here. And here's the really interesting corner. Now watch this. Let's see how much he brakes. Just a hard brake for a second. Now you got to get a bump. Can't be braking on that bump. And then as much as you can get out of this one for the rear. This is the start-finish line. So another long straight. And now I think we've watched the whole lap. This is again, let's just watch him go through this last corner. Whole broke. He's really on the edge there. You notice he skidded a little bit. All right, I think now we're going to get into a grouping here. There's these 4 guys, McLennan, Uwe, Jeremy, and David Craig are going to be following each other the whole race. Look at these 4 guys. So we're going to be following this one big time, as well as making sure we see how Brian's doing. We are only excuse me, about 7 minutes into the race. This is a 30-minute race. No pit stop. See how these guys are going to be like this the whole race. So it's going to be an exciting race. An exciting race to watch. Normally these hypercars, everybody's so different in pace that they get quite spread out. Am I listening to these here volumes here? Are we getting good volumes? Yeah, we're getting good volumes. And where I'm with Brian. Let's get back to these 4 guys. Oh, look at Jeremy. Jeremy's harassing Uwe. I don't know if these guys pass each other. I could tell while I was racing these guys were very close together. I'm totally out of it here. The guy spun out and hit the wall very hard. And had to limp around the track. I think I'm going to give up for the rest of the season and just broadcast these races live. It's a lot more fun. I've got my fill now of how these games work, this game works, and so I will jump back into it if we get Uwe locked up. That's going to let Jeremy, and he got it a little wide. That's going to let Jeremy catch up. Let's see if he catches up on this straight. So much acceleration in these hypercars that once you make a mistake, you can get back on the throttle. Oh, Jeremy locked up a little bit there, so did Uwe. Oh, Jeremy's right on the edge. He feels it now. He feels that 5th place. How is to quickly jump to Brian Murray to make sure we don't miss any action there. Brian's still catching up. But this is the one we got to watch. These three guys are so close together. Let's get on board with Dave a little bit. Dave is in a, I'm not sure what that is, Lamborghini, I think. Oh, Peugeot. Jeremy is in a Porsche, and Uwe is in a BMW. All right, so this is great racing action. This is the best race we've had so far, I think, in terms of action. It's such a different track. You really had to practice it a lot to get comfortable with this track. It's going to be so interesting to see tomorrow how the GT3 cars perform on this track. This would be such a fun track to have multi-class. I really hope we do multi-class next year. Jump on with Brian, see how he's doing. He's a bit behind still. Oh, Jeremy, I'm going to back up slightly. Jeremy had some advantage there. Here we go, going into this corner. This is the one that creeps up on you. You got to be very careful with this corner. And it looks like Uwe went wide. Can Jeremy take advantage of it? He tried looking inside. Woo, Uwe just really cut that corner defensively. Really defensively. Did Greg make up any time because of that? Not really. This is such fun action. I don't know if we can watch it this way for a bit. This is a great race. Having so much fun here. Glad I'm watching it. Anybody watching today? Nobody's watching live, but that's okay. Look at these guys. Top speed here. Let's see the top speed at the end of this straight. 275, 280, 285 to Jeremy. And how's Brian doing up here? Let's get into the cockpit to see. Oh, he's catching up to Steve Young. He is catching up. I don't know if he's going to be, we're going to be able to get by him. It's going to be fun to watch this race, that race too. Again, these three guys. Mike McLennan looks like he is quite far ahead. Let's see if he can see Brian Murray. Probably not. I mean, we shouldn't say that. I'll catch him a little bit later. McLennan was in first place. He had pole position, remember, and he mentioned that he just let it all hang out on his last lap and just barely, I think he beat Murray by 0.2 of a second, tenths of a second. It's a long, it's a 6-kilometer track. Doing it in a 155s, I think it was, 155 or 153. I forgot what the lap time was, the lap record was. Just see if Nick Newcomb is actually on track. No, yes, he is on track. And Brian, catch up with Brian. He's still got a huge lead on Steve Young. Let's just watch Steve go through here. Wow, right on the edge Steve is. Great driving. Let's just follow Steve a little bit around the track. Mr. Sky 194. He hasn't got his own livery yet, but you can bet that as soon as... Look at the way this guy just hammers that HyperCar around the track. Steve's a great driver, as we all know, and great with doing setups. I wonder how he's learning doing setups in LMU. Just look at the way he hammers this car around this track. I'm going to watch a full lap on Steve. There's a mini straights here with some curves in it. Another hammer to brake hard on a right-hander. Wow, yes, that squealing that you hear, he tells me, because he corrected me, that is not ABS. That is the electric motors. He is driving a Ferrari. I believe it does have some battery hybrid. That is the hybrid motor taking over. Look at this. Just look at his inputs. Smooth around the corner, but just hammering that edge. He's right on the edge so much he has to correct. Whoa, they're nice and wide there. That's beautiful driving on Steve's part. Looks like he's going to catch up to somebody there, probably Nick Newcomb. But look at that, Brian is also coming in really strong. How is David Craig and Jeremy? Oh, looks like Uwe had some problems. We got to follow this. Let's go back here. Well, he's ahead. All right, let's just watch what happens. Let's go on the track view. So Uwe is ahead at this point. We know he has something happens here. Probably an unforced error. Look at Craig is right behind. Looks like Shannon's joining this parade. And oh, he just went off wide into the grass. That allowed Jeremy to get by him. And Dave Craig, sorry. He lost 2 positions with that small little error. Let's watch that from inside the cockpit here. Show you how easy it is to get into trouble on this track. So Jeremy's already ahead of him. Or now he's ahead. There we go. Ooh, the entry was a little ragged there, and that's where he got onto the grass, but he did a good job of holding it, not losing it on the grass, losing traction on the grass. So now Aaron, that's not Aaron. Who is behind Uwe? That might be Nick Newcomb. Yes, it is. Nick has joined this parade. Now he's got to get by. He's got tons of pace. He's got to get by all 3 of these guys. So now it's 4 of us joining that parade. This is a great race, guys. There is Murray. He's catching up bit by bit. Sorry, I don't have lap times here. Where are we? We are in with Nick. Oh, Nick loses it on the throttle. Too heavy on the throttle. That solves that problem. Here we go. Oh, this is really exciting, Greg. Let's just watch this view for a while. Now Greg's after Jeremy. He's putting a lot of pressure on Jeremy. And right behind him, Uwe is not giving up yet. Watch from here. High speed corner. Everybody does it a little differently. Oh, David was right on the edge there. A little bit of tire squeal and a lockup. But Dave Craig went a little wide there, or just a different braking point. Uwe is in a BMW. That BMW has a nice front on it. I'll show you that there. That BMW. Isn't that an aggressive looking car? Very cool looking car. But Greg is really harassing Jeremy. Looks like he's got totally different braking points than Jeremy. So this one should be interesting. How is Brian doing? Oh, he's caught up quite a bit. We are only halfway through the race. Halfway through the race. Hey, we got 5 people watching live. Come on now, guys. Announce yourself. This is a great race. If it's eSeniors guys watching, say hello. Because this is the best race we've had so far in HyperCars. These guys are very close together. Nick is quite far back now. I don't think he's going to catch up. Brian is still in second place, but catching Steve. Let's just watch Brian for a few seconds here and see how smooth he is. We know Steve is right on the edge. He's maybe overdriving that car a little bit. Pardon me for saying that, Steve, if you're watching. Let's just see how these 3 guys... Whoa, Uwe took a look there. Took a look. This is the high-speed corner. Looks like Greg had some pace on Jeremy, but just couldn't make it happen. Look at Dave Craig, what he's looking at. Another corner here where braking is important. Everybody treats it a little differently, and your setup is so important on that corner. How is Brian doing? Oh, Brian's right on Steve's tail. Here we go. Here we go. This is the first time that we've had such a close battle for first place in this league. Brian is usually way ahead of everybody else. So we are going to watch this very carefully. If I have to go back to that other one, I will once in a while. And if things change, I will go and do a replay. Let's just see where on the track does Brian have more pace. Got up a little bit there. Here we come to the last corner for this long straight. Ooh, Steve, see how Steve is working that? He is right on the edge with that car. He is in a Ferrari, so different cars. There is another corner that you can take something out of. Look at that. Brian really has Steve's number on that corner. Is he going to make it happen on the straight? He caught up there on the corner, but did not make up much time on the straight. But that's where he's gaining his time, in the cornering, it looks like, on those fast corners. Look at that. Steve's feeling the pressure now. He is feeling the pressure. I predict Murray is going to make it happen because Steve is so on the edge with that Ferrari. Just watch the way he comes around some of these corners. Will flip. Watch how he, nice entry, smooth entry, but on the exit, he's right on the edge. See that? Look at, whoa, that's where it happened. That is where it happened. Let's back up here a little bit. All right, let's get on the track. Let me try a different view here. An overhead view, if I can. Maybe that's a good one. Steve on that exit just lost it a little bit, and that's where Brian caught him. I predicted it. Steve is trying to extract as much out of that Ferrari as he can. And Murray just has such a smooth driving style. There, that's where he just on the throttle, just lost the back end for a tiny little second. And that lets Steve take off, or Brian take off. That is amazing driving, amazing track. Let's see if Steve gives it a go here. Let's just watch this throw out. Steve will be pissed that he lost the lead, I'm sure. Let's get on board with Steve. He will not be happy because there's about 12 minutes left in the race, and now Murray is in first place and Steve's in second place. That's what has happened every race so far. Hi, hello there, Krister. Hi, glad to hear you or see you on the stream. This was a great hyper race. I'm going to do this live next week, Krister, because it's such fun. I had an incident on the first lap, unforced error, so don't worry about having to do any stewarding. But just look at this battle. And I think Newcomb is caught up to them again. So Newcomb really needs to catch up and get ahead of these guys to stay ahead in the points race, because moving up ahead here to Craig. Craig, I think, has some pace on Jeremy, but he just can't get by him. Well, looks like Krister, I was talking to nobody. Krister's left. And let's just take a quick peek. Ooh, not yet, not yet. Looks like Craig can catch up a little bit on that corner. Let's just see Newcomb. Newcomb might be a lap down here. I see Sharon is in between them. Yeah, Newcomb is a lap down. He's just racing for fun here at this point. But he is behind Uwe, and it shows Sharon in between these two on the standings. I'm just, look how fast. Dude, Jeremy's holding everybody up here now. Look at this. Look at this. Jeremy had a little bit of a problem. There's Uwe, and there is Craig. Steve Young is falling behind as predicted. Look at this, look at this. Let's get on board with Craig. Maybe we'll watch it from this angle. See everybody. Oh, Nick is trying to get around. Look, took a peek on the outside. Really wants to get by these guys to catch up. He's not going to end up actually getting a position out of it, but I'm sure he's just racing for fun. Let's hope he does not bother these three guys who are in a battle for position. Actually a battle for position here, so Nick, I hope he does not have a problem there. These guys who are really after it. what happened there? What happened there? Somebody just jumped out. Oh, it jumped onto, I don't know why it jumped onto whoever was in the pits there. That was me, probably. Start getting on board again. We're on board with Nick. He's trying to get by Uwe badly. Is he going to make it? Breaking point. He's going to have the inside here. Yeah, I think Uwe just let him go. Now, that affects his position a little bit. Let's see what Craig does with Newcomb. He was smart. He would let him by because I know Jeremy would let him by. Sure, this is a good thing for Nick to be doing, but then again, he wants to race, you know. Standing-wise, it's not the best thing to do, but what the heck. No blue flags in LMU yet that I can see, that I know. All right, so these guys have spread out a little bit here. Jeremy got ahead of them a little bit. Let's see what Nick's right on his tail. Oh, Uwe, Dave caught up with Jeremy right on that corner, big time. I think Nick had to brake a little bit. Look at that, Jeremy's really legging it out right now. We have about 8 minutes left in the race. And Uwe is falling behind. See, he got affected by losing time when you let Newcomb go by. Oh, Newcomb got a big break. Oh, Newcomb's wide again. So that is going to stop that one. Okay, now these guys are going to get back to racing their own positions. All right, look at this somehow. Let's just go back, see if Greg lost something here. This is where he's pretty close to Jeremy. How did Jeremy get so far ahead? Ooh, he went a little wide, a little deep into that corner. And we see Newcomb losing it at the back. All right, so things have spread out a little bit. Let's just go back and watch our gaps here. There is Steve Young. He cannot even see Brian. He must have had a little bit of an issue. No, it's just Brian taking off on him. There's Michael McLennan. Mike cannot see Steve. Mike is quite far back. So let's just follow him for a little bit in that Ferrari. Look at, I just love the cockpit views in LMU are just outstanding. It's fun to watch. That's a Ferrari. As you can see the symbol. I think I can get rid of. Yeah, I can get rid of the replay mode there for a bit. Look at that Ferrari, beautiful. Huh? You can see all the buttons so clearly. That's Steve Young. Let's find a Porsche. There is a Porsche cockpit. Ooh, Jeremy went. He lost a little bit of time. He's going to lose a little bit of gap to. Who's up behind him? That is Craig, I think. Dave Craig is in a BMW, if I'm not mistaken. No, he's in a Peugeot. A Peugeot. Cockpits are a little restricted. I've been racing with hood view because I find it so restricted here. I got used to doing that when I was learning, and now I can't get back into the cockpit. Look at all the carbon fiber on that thing all over the place. And now let's go on with Uwe. Uwe is in the BMW. Well, that's a pretty boring steering wheel, BMW. Oh, looks like, who's out ahead? That is, Dave went wide in that corner. That should let Uwe catch up a little bit. And we are not much left in the race. Time, I should say. We've got probably about 3 or 4 minutes. Oh, I got a whole lot of people on the chat. Hello, Nikos. Hello, Nikos. Hey, Nick. You had a tough time there, didn't you? Nikos, I bet you are just anxious to get the ability to do liveries and hypercars. These are fun-looking cars, and I'm sure they're going to let liveries come sooner or later. Although, and you might just love the fact that I think that when liveries do come, I believe they're going to be a fungible token kind of thing where you own the livery. So you might be able to make a little bit of change off of this. Right, this is the battle we're watching. Maybe we'll get on board a different way. Watch Uwe in that BMW. Yeah, I bet you're anxious to see the... Oh, you have skins already. How do you get skins? I'm not sure who Deuce's Motorsport Club TV is. But you're telling me that you can do skins already in... You can't put them in the game, but maybe you can have the skins. You must have the wire frames already to get ready for when the skins can be implanted into MLU. Is that what you're telling me? So you must be able to get the wire frames from somebody. Nikos, you're the only man alive that who doesn't like Sebring. You know, it's a fun track once you can figure it out. It just takes a little while. It's such a different track compared to a lot of others. Whoa! Uwe went wide there. Who is that behind him? Oh no! Steve! Oh, you know what happened to Steve? I think Steve had to go into the pits. He lost. He had to refuel, if I'm not mistaken. So Steve now is getting close to Uwe. No, who is behind Uwe? Somebody, is that Nick again? That is Nick again. We're back. He is back. Nick Newcomb is back. Sorry for those comments of Nick about whether you should be racing with these guys or not, but hey, what the heck. You are on track. You can do what you want. And there he is. Most guys just want to race and have fun. Because Uwe's not letting you by, even though he knows it's not for position. I assume he knows it's not for position. And he's looking at his there you go. There, you're going to pass him. You are going to pass him right here, side by side. He's not letting you go. He's not letting you go. He's going to have the inside track. No, you got the inside on this one. I forgot where I was. Still not giving up. Oh, he went a little wide there. Nick did. All right, Uwe did. But he hung on. There's no track limits on that corner, if I'm not mistaken. So Steve, I believe, he had to do a pit stop for some fuel. All right, let's see what McLennan is way far back. Brian's got this one in the bag. We don't have much time left. Let's just get on board with, well, let's just see if anybody is really close. Let me get on. There is Jeremy. He's in third place. That's best for him, if I'm not mistaken. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet because Craig has caught up to him. All right, this could be the last couple of laps, folks. I am going to stick with these guys. Uwe is still there. What happened to Nick? Did Nick spin out again? Nope, he's had a little bit of a problem. So let's just stay with this one because this is the last couple of laps. I may not catch Brian going over the start-finish line. But I want to capture this battle. Uwe's still not out of it for fourth place. Dave is trying to make the podium. So Deuces, are you a guy that I know from eSenior? I don't recognize your handle on YouTube. Jeremy is trying to hang in there to get his first podium, I believe, in HyperCar. Good job, Jeremy. He has been harassed. He's gone a little wide there. Looks like Dave got a better exit. It is not over yet. Dave is in that Peugeot and Jeremy is in the Porsche. I'm actually going to practice different cars now that I'm giving up on the league. I'm not giving up on LMU HyperCars, that's for sure. They're fun. I'm going to try driving all the cars. I have a subscription to Dave, Coach Dave, and they have LMU setups. No, if Go. No, Go has them also. I think I'm driving a Go setup. Here we go, and Uwe has not. Who is that? No, that's Newcomb behind. Who is that behind Uwe? Woo! He came in close. He is getting it all hang out, Dave is. Is that Nick? Yes, that is Nick again. So, Nick, leave these guys alone. Leave these guys alone. This is for podiums. Leave Dave alone. He's trying to get ahead of Jeremy. He's not going to let you by. Nick's gonna is falling back a little bit. I think he's gonna let these two guys race. All right, let's just see if he makes a play for it on this last corner up to the straight. There he goes. Dave is what I'm talking about here. So here's a very interesting corner. Jeremy went wide last time. This might be the last lap. Oh, a nice corner there, and then over the bump. Jeremy had a very good corner there. He goes wide. That's not a track limit violation. You can get as close to the wall as you want. But look at this. He is really close. I believe that might be the last lap. So that was very close finish there between Dave and Jeremy. So there we have it. I'm going to pause it. Brian Murray in his familiar place in first place. Michael McLennan in second, Jeremy Autobas in third. I will give you a look at the standings post-race. Where are we? Here we go. This is a standings post-race. We've got Brian Murray in his familiar first place. Steve is still in second place because even though they had finished sixth that time, that one gets eliminated. Michael McLennan may or may not have passed Newcomb at this point. In third place because of his second place finish, and Nick finished in seventh. I believe, maybe Nick, I don't know if you can tell me there on the stream if you're still there, whether you lost a spot in the standings because of that, but I'm sure you're going to catch up next week. Jeremy in fifth place. Nice job, Jeremy. Oh, he had a podium before. Look at that. He had a podium in third place. So let's just take a quick peek to see. Hang on here. Our next race next Sunday is, our next race. Oh, hang on here. I got to get rid of the track walk. There. Next Sunday, next week is Coda in HyperCars. Oh, that's going to be fun. I'll practice. I think I'm going to do that one on live. Coda, INT, I believe that's international. So Coda next week. Let's see how the HyperCars do. So that is it for eSeniors LMU HyperCar Championship. So I should look in the camera. And remember, simulation racing is a sport, so that makes us athletes, 50-year-old plus athletes. So if you're watching for the first time, join us on track. Bye for now. Mike Meleskie is signing off. I got to go start practicing for the GT3 race right now.